So everybody keeps saying that thrifting is dead. So I thought I would do some yesterday and see if that was true. What I'm going to show you, I spent $27. And so let's see if we think that thrifting is dead after what I got. First up, I got 4 books. Now really, these aren't, well, I mean, I will sell them eventually, but I mainly got these because I thought they would be good books for Let's Read Granny's channel. So I thought this was a ripper, The 3 Little Bush Pigs. So it's an Australian version of The 3 Little Pigs. And it's got some really cool illustrations that will bode well for my style of doing some book illustrations while I'm reading the book. So that was the first one. This one is also another Aussie one, Give Me a Home Among the Gum Trees by Bob Brown, Wally Johnson and Ben Wood. And it's a different style of illustration, so that'll be interesting to see how I go, whether I can, my software will be able to pick up the images. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little book. And another one that I got that I thought was just calling out for me to do something with is Mr. McGee and the Biting Flea by Pamela Allen, who most of you would know if you are into children's books, is a pretty well-known author, an illustrator. And the images in here are just screaming out for what, you know, I can do with them. So yeah, that'll be a really cool book to do something with. And the last one, I probably got this more because it's so cool and it's vintage and all the rest of it. So this is Hubert's Hair Raising Adventure, written and illustrated by Bill Peet. And it's an older scholastic book, and it's sort of nearly almost a hardcover, but not quite. So the original was first published in 1960, and this is the 5th impression in June 1980. So that's pretty cool. Great illustrations in it. But yeah, I got it more because it's probably one that I'll sell first. But yeah, that's the 4 books that I got. Now, clothing wise, so I put my trolley here and I'll show you what I got. So I'm not quite sure on the individual prices because they don't individually price things in this shop. Some things I got off the 50-cent rack and some things I got off the normal rack, but some things had the right colour tag on them that were on sale, and I'm not sure which ones were which. So I'm just going to go through them and show you what I got. So this is a pair of Sass and Bide vintage jeans. So Sass and Bide are an Australian company. They're very well known for, in the 80s, 70s and 80s, of doing quite low-rise, hipster sort of jeans. But these are actually a higher rise jean. Disadvantage is they're only a size 25, which means they're small, but they're in fantastic, like, as new condition. They're made in Turkey, which helps me work out their age. And the best part is, oftentimes when you get smaller jeans, because they're smaller people buying them, they will oftentimes be hemmed, which means they're, you know, they've lost a bit of their value and the ability to resell them because they're not as long as they should be. But these haven't been, and they're still nice and long, which is great. So they'll still be about probably 34-inch length. So they were very good. The next thing I got, which I'm finding for a hanger for, is this lovely little skirt. Now this is a Q skirt, vintage Australian. So Q is quite a well-known brand here, made in Australia, size 12. I'm going to put these on the hangers so that the wrinkles will start dropping out. And it's just a nice little pencil skirt with the high waist there and a nice check fabric. Next up are 2 bags that I got. So these are leather. I only like to buy leather. I do get the occasional pleather one if it's a decent brand, but I do prefer just to buy leather. This is a Cellini one. It's in quite good condition. The leather is very stiff though, I will say, so I will give it a condition. So Cellini by Jane Shilton. It is made in China, but it's genuine buffalo hide leather. This one, so it says inside. And I would try and show you the tag, but it's a little bit hard because it's such a stiff bag. But that's the little badge on the outside. And it has got quite a nice long handle, so it could be crossbody or shoulder bag. Next we've got this lovely little leather purse. This one is Italian leather and it's got a lovely embossed logo there. Now this is a rather good purse, this one. It's got a little coin purse at the front, and then at the back it's a motor pal and it's genuine Italian leather, it says. There's a pocket at the back, which, look, I'm going to say a few years ago would have fitted a phone. Might fit some phones, but these days it's probably a little narrow, but you can still put your sunglasses in there, I'd say, and it's the crossbody strap. But the beauty of this one is actually inside. So if you lift the flap, there's a little spot to put your driver's license. But then if we undo the zippers, it folds out completely into a wallet with loads of pockets and zippers. So there's a zipper pocket here, another one here, and another one here. Plenty of places for cards and things. Be great for travelling. And this was $2. Next we have this really cool pair of pants. Now these are Hemisphere is the brand. And these are also vintage, made in Australia. They're 100% polyester, but the style is as a pair of jeans, and they also have a button fly. So yeah, these are really cool. Just a check pattern, and being polyester, of course, being vintage from the era they come from, and being polyester, they would be such easy to wash and wear and wouldn't crease. I also have this pair of jeans. Now these ones did come off the 50-cent rack, and I did check them over and couldn't find any problems with them. In the end I said to the lady in the shop, are these on the 50-cent rack for any reason other than you've had them too long? And she said no, only just because they've had them for too long. Because I don't normally see jeans on that rack, but these are rusty, as you can see here, and if we open them up they're a size 14 rusty, and they're a stretch skinny mini jean. So yeah, they're very cool. Some things that came off the 50-cent rack, but because I don't know the price of everything individually, I will tally it up how many items I got in the end and then just divide it up. So next we've got a black white label shirt, 100% cotton, size 42. This again was off the 50-cent rack, and honestly pretty much looks like it's either never been worn or has only been possibly worn. Perhaps they bought it for a wedding or something and then never wore it again. So, you know, not an overly expensive brand, but cotton feels really nice. It's nice coming up to spring, nice spring colours, and given that it cost me 50 cents, or however much it works out that each item works out to be, you can't really go past that. I mean, even if I was to sell it for $10 plus post, I would still be making money. I don't follow the rules of comping in the shop. Mostly that's due to if the things are cheap enough, I'm just going to get them and bring them home. Oh, and the buttons on the cuff of this are covered, which is nice. On the cuff, so it really is a nice shirt. Next shirt is this one. Again, another brand I don't know, but the fabric feels great. It's Rebel and Crew, size medium. And it's an interesting one because it's got this pattern all over it. And that's actually been created by having pin tucks sewn. So yeah, I thought that was quite cool. I'm not entirely sure, I guess I'll find out when I look it up, whether this is, I'm assuming it's men, but the pin tucks made me wonder whether it was a women's shirt. So I'm not sure on this one. But again, for 50 cents, don't think you can go wrong. Let's have a look at the tag, see if it leads anywhere. So it's 53% cotton, 13% nylon, 13% polyester, 13% spandex. And given that it says spandex, makes me think it's more Y2K. So again, it'll be another vintage one. And then there was this nice shirt, which I'll pop on a hanger. I'll show you the brand for this. So this is Jordana by Jane Diamond. It's a size 14 and it's got these lovely little embroidered elephants on it, which are really cute. It is, again, made in Australia, I believe. Yes, made in Australia. 100% cotton. So I think that was a fairly good buy. Because sometimes I will pick an item not because of the brand, but because of the style. Right, two things left. So this shirt here was in the men's department, and it is a G-Star Raw cargo line made in India. Model KBWG, product number 1101, date 89. So it is vintage, and it is very, very cool. It's got snaps all down the front here, pockets, zipper pocket there. It's really made for being active and out and about. Snaps there, nice little contrast in the cuff. So all that says it's very cool, and it is, let's see, it says it is an extra large. So it is a Rackler twill zip shirt. And then it says LS, and even though they had it on the men's rack, if you turn it over and look at the shape from behind, where it's shaped in, I believe it's a ladies' shirt, and I think the LS is telling me that as well. So this was a good pickup, definitely, because G-Star Raw is definitely a bolo brand that most people that thrift will know and will always want to pick up. Last but not least, we have this little item here, which is quite interesting. So it's actually a knit here, but then this is taffeta, and I mean, I could straight away tell. I mean, taffeta's so, you know, late 70s, early 80s. Wore a lot of taffeta myself back in the day. I couldn't find a tag on it that tells me what the fabric is, but it is nice and soft, and I'll have to be led by hopefully be able to find some information on the style. But the brand is another Bolo brand, Joseph Ribkoff. It is a size 10, made in Canada. Like, I don't think it's going to be worth a huge amount of money. I'm probably going to say maybe $60, $70, around there somewhere. So that's what I got for $27. So what do you think? Is thrifting dead? Now, I'm going to clarify that. Now, let's see how many we had and add them up. So we've got the 2 bags, 3 pairs of pants. This makes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So say the books are 50 cents each. Take $2 off, so it's $25. So 25 divided by 11 equals $2.27 each. So no, I do not think thrifting is dead. I got these all at my little local op shop. I'm going to quantify what I'm saying though. I think these days you can't rely on thrifting alone. So I think whilst I don't believe thrifting's dead, because I think if you pick through carefully and are selective with your choices, you can still get some really good value for money with thrifting away from the major stores like Vinnie's, Salvo's that have got the high prices. It may be though that still go to those places and just look on the sales rack. Don't look around the rest of the store, go to the sales rack. Because I know that the prices of the rest of the stuff is probably going to be out of my wheelhouse, so I just go to the sales rack. So maybe that's a thought. If the stuff that you sell, regardless of whether it's leather bags, belts, you know, clothing, ceramics, whatever it is, if the prices in those big stores are too expensive, then go to their sales section, see what you can get there. If you can't get anything there or don't get enough to last you your week or however long you go thrifting, that's where you need to have an alternate source. That could be wholesale, it could be garage sailing, could be Facebook Marketplace, it could be buying stuff off eBay, doing a bit of retail arbitrage, just like Judder was talking about in his last video. So there are ways of sourcing other than going thrifting. I think anyone that's still sourcing purely from thrifting in op shops, you need to start thinking outside the box and where else you can thrift from. So that's it. I don't think thrifting is dead at all. So that's it. I don't think thrifting is dead at all, in my own humble opinion, but I'm not the expert. Leave your opinion in the comments. Do you think thrifting is dead? Do you agree with what I've said, that you can still get some good stuff if you thrift outside of those bigger stores or only using their sale items? What are the other ways that you source? All right, thanks boys and girls, bye.